And so now I think we can move forward with the next topic of time management. And I think we can start with just what kind of resources, but also what kind of mindsets do you use to help you manage your time and energy? So resources and mindsets.
I think that, like, especially in medical school, it's just important to be realistic. I'm just gonna harp on this because you have, especially your first 2 years, like, you really have the whole day, right? You can wake up at like 7 in the morning and study till like 10 p.m., 11 p.m., like, hypothetically. But like, in reality, you have to know, like, am I a morning person? Like, can I only do work from like 9 to noon or 9 to 1? And then after, I'm like burnt out. So one, I think defining when you work best and you're most productive is important, but then secondly, like, where do I work best, right? Because I think that also helps with time management. Like, I've been to the library to study 5 times in my entire career. Like, I don't go there because I get distracted very easily, right? But other people thrive in those settings, right? So I have to be in like my silo, like in my room or at my desk, like doing my work. And then I also like know that I need breaks, right? And so like, I'm not gonna be able to get through a whole lecture, unfortunately, like in the time period that other people would allot. So like, I can give myself like 20 minutes of like hardcore, if it's reading, questions, whatever, and then I have to get up and like go get a snack, drink some water, take a walk, whatever, and then come back. And I am able to really do all of that stuff by like Google Calendar. Like, if you know me and you've seen my Google Calendar, it's a little ridiculous, but like, it's color coded, and like, I'm, again, realistic about my time. I don't say I'm gonna need 2 hours and I need 3. Like, I'm gonna give myself the 3 hours. If I'm able to get through it, then like, yay. But like, you have to be realistic, you have to be flexible, and that has really helped me, because then I can carve in time for like self-care, fun things.
I think one theme that you continually bring up is like this theme of grace, giving yourself that space to relax and give yourself a break that you need. I know I can speak for myself in that, like, during the first year of medical school, transitioning from that undergrad period to now getting that fire hose approach of information coming at you, that I was like, okay, I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna study all day throughout the whole day, and didn't really give myself that space. And I think that took a really big toll on me as a learner. And I think, you know, when you get to hour 8 of studying, you aren't actually learning anything. You're just reading the page, and then you read the same line 5 times and you're like, whoa, 10 minutes has passed and I'm on the same sentence right now. So I just think it's so important to give yourself that space.
I think it's really important, and both of them highlight it. You need to be able to turn it on and turn it off. And so like, you can study for like 1 or 2 hours, and that's way better than sitting at a desk and trying to study all day. I think we've all tried to just study all day, but that's really not an effective way. I think spending 2 hours, 3 hours, and being very intentional and intense about your learning goes a lot farther than just trying to make a day out of studying. Because you're not a robot, we're not robots. You need to go outside and breathe fresh air. You need to go walk your pet. There's just other things to life outside of medicine and studying, and it's just so important. So really be intentional with your time.
I think another thing to think about, you know, my friends know I'm the ultimate procrastinator. They know that. So like, even at this point, going into residency, I still have a lot to work on, and everybody up here has their thing they want to work on. But at the least for me, I know, like, you don't want to overbook. You don't want to stack a million things on top of each other and and say, oh, you'll do 3 things at the same time. Like, it just doesn't make sense. That you're going to be torturing yourself. Or while you're studying, oh, you can fit a meeting in while you're studying, you know, with Zoom and whatnot. It doesn't make sense. You can't multitask. And if you are, you're not really getting anything done. You're not doing anything well. So, you know, Google Calendar is my best friend. Like, I put the time in. I like what you said, Bianca, about just making sure you give yourself the time you need. 2 hours, if you know the concept, that lecture won't be drilled into, give yourself 3, it's okay. It's really okay. Somehow it works out, I don't know. I can't do the math. I don't really subscribe to 36 hours of studying. You know, some people, different methods work for different people, but just have the faith that somehow it works out with the timing.